Bruh, I thought I told y'all not to come in here when the door is locked. Alright, but since you're in here...
It's the Great Pumpkin! He's rising up out of the pumpkin patch!
Welcome back to Vlogtober. It's been a successful one so far. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite thing in the entire world. My mother. Oh wait. My second favorite thing in the entire world. Books. The last time I gave y'all a book recommendations video was back in 2017. After that, I've read some of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. I wanted to come in this video, not for like a goofy vlog, just for a book recommendations video. I think this is important for my channel. I'll go ahead and link the other video down below because I'm not going to repeat any of the books that I said in the last video. So here I have 6 books. None of them are in like a specific order from best to worst or anything like that. Just 6 random books that you should try out. Starting with my first book, which is Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. I read this one in the beginning of 2018. This is like a horror book, and I didn't think that I would like this book, but I do. Flowers in the Attic is about 4 children that are locked away in an attic. Their mom keeps giving them false promises of when they're gonna get out of the attic. They're pretty much forced to grow up in this really tiny space with no sunlight and limited food. They're going through puberty, so their bodies are changing. They don't know what's going on. They don't really have anybody else but each other. Gosh, this book will make you cry. I was literally laying in bed, bawling my eyes out. This is probably one of the most beautifully written books I've ever read in my entire life. I can read you the first sentence and you'll be hooked. Hold on. I'm over here looking online like, what's the first page of the book? I have it in my room. Truly, when I was very young, way back in the 50s, I believed all of life would be like one long and perfect summer day. After all, it did start out that way. There's not much I can say about our earliest childhood, except that it was very good, and for that, I should be everlastingly grateful. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Just read the book. You'll thank me later. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This book was fantastic. There is this actress named Evelyn Hugo, and she's this big 60s, 70s actress. And in modern times, she comes and calls upon this magazine reporter named Monique Grant to write her biography. Monique doesn't even want to do it, bro. She doesn't even know Evelyn Hugo, but Evelyn Hugo is like, you have to write it or nobody's gonna write it. So Monique is like, okay, cool. Like, this could do big things for my career. Before she even meets Evelyn Hugo, she's like researching her, trying to figure out everything about this woman. And she finds out that Evelyn Hugo has been married 7 times before. You just have to find out why and how and when and where and all things Evelyn Hugo. It was amazing. There are extremely unexpected plot twists in this book, and do not read the genre because one of the genres is a spoiler in my opinion. I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. Let me tell you about Sophie Kinsella. My very first read by Sophie Kinsella was The Undomestic Goddess, and ever since then I've been obsessed. This book in specific about this girl named Poppy. She's engaged to this guy, but she loses her engagement ring in a hotel. And on top of that, her phone is stolen, but she finds a phone in the garbage can. And she uses the phone in the garbage can to tell the hotel, like, yo, if you found my engagement ring, call this number. She doesn't really think it's a big deal because she found the phone in a garbage can, so like finders keepers. But the owner of the phone really has a big, serious issue with this. His name is Sam, and he's dreamy and just everything. I don't want to say anything else. You read the book. Ooh, I have another one. Okay, so this one is probably my favorite book of 2019. This is called The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I wish I could forget this book and read it all over again. This is the first time I've ever read about an NFL player, and you know I love my athletes. This is about this girl named Vanessa. She is an assistant to an NFL player named Aiden Graves. Whenever you start off the book, she's worked for him for 2 years, and she knows everything about his life. She knows what to cook for him. She knows his schedule. She knows how he likes his laundry and his bed made and everything. However, she doesn't really feel appreciated by Aiden, so she quits her job. And just a few months later, Aiden Graves shows up at her doorstep wanting her to be his assistant again. Ooh, oh my gosh, this was my first new adult book ever, and I loved it. If anybody asked me what my favorite book of all time is, I'd say Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Marissa Meyer is, again, one of my favorite authors ever. She wrote the Lunar Chronicle series. The Lunar Chronicle series is my shit, bro. I love the Lunar Chronicle series. I liked it better than Percy Jackson. Heartless is actually a fairy tale retelling of Alice in Wonderland. This is from the point of view of the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts' name is Catherine, and you kind of watch her grow up. Throughout the book, you understand how she became the Queen of Hearts in the first place. It's crazy because when she was younger, she didn't even want to be the Queen of Hearts. She wasn't interested in the king at all. She just wanted to bake. She actually was in love with this boy named Jess, which was a joker. I love Jess so much. Again, my book boyfriend. I have so many book boyfriends, y'all. I think this story really teaches you that what's meant to happen is gonna happen. You could try to change it around all you want, but it's still gonna happen. Very, very heartbreaking story. I loved it. This is my last suggestion. It is my most, it's my most recent read, which is the Next Best Junior Chef series. This one reminds me a lot of the Candy Makers, which is a really, really good middle grade. If you haven't read the Candy Makers, definitely read the Candy Makers. Oh my gosh, I didn't think there was a middle grade that actually was that good. But yeah, this is definitely a really, really cute series to read. It's about these 4 cooks named Ray, Tate, Oliver, and Caroline, and they're all in this competition to be the next best junior chef. So you're watching them make these foods throughout like challenges and lessons and mini challenges and field trips and all that stuff. You see what kind of happens behind the scenes of the show. And it's awesome. I can show you little doodles inside the book. That's a chef, so it's safe to like put in the video. There's like little doodles like that all throughout the book. It's really, really cute. I try to read it as slow as possible because it's such a fun time. Anyways, those were my book recommendations. I got really, really excited filming this video. If you guys have any book recommendations, definitely leave them down below. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next Vlogtober. Peace.
Guest, be our guest, put our service to the test.